red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. Tedward here for Winding Road Magazine. This is not typically what you see on the channel because this is Pawinn. Pawinn is a fellow YouTuber and he has been building this 1995 E36 325i convertible into something special. Not only does this carry over the M50 engine, but he put a big old turbo in it. So this is kind of as close to a German Supra as you can get. So let's pop that hood. Ooh, we got one set of angel eyes working just to know it's mean.
I know, right? I was tempted to just cut a hole and then just run it full thing.
Typically, you don't see this on a BMW. She's no show car, but what it does lack in refinement on the paint, it makes up for in excitement in a unique driving experience. So let's go take it for a ride and let Pawinn tell us about his BMW build.
You want the key out? If you pull the key out, there's no sound and there's no ding. Blip it? Yeah. If it leans out, just blip it.
All right, so in order to disengage the e-brake in this car, we use our trusty block of wood.
You know, like 25 years or 22 years of using an e-brake.
Where do you usually put that?
What do you mean?
Where does that go afterwards?
Oh, I just throw it wherever. It just falls down the side of the seat. I struggle to pick it up sometimes. And
I feel like I want to build you a cubby for that.
Right?
Yeah.
You could. Or you can get like a little like hanger or something. We should paint it. Paint a different color. Stain it.
We'll stain it like BMW M colors.
Transmission whines like a supercharger.
Probably a throw-up bearing as we've discussed.
Sure.
Big turbo feel, that is for sure.
Broke a lot of necks just now.
All of the whoosh. So Pawinn, what's the engine? What's the turbo? What have you done?
Ooh, old lady almost took us out there. But basically, I took a stock M50, so more specifically an M50 B25 TU. The car's a 95, so I basically took the stock motor, put a thicker head gasket in it, and I put ARB head studs, slapped the Precision 5858 turbo on it, and there you go. Tune is by Miller Performance. Other than that, I did a lot of custom fab, like the intake piping. Had some stuff welded up by my old boss at Auto Engineering. And then as well as that, I also fabricated up my own entire exhaust system. It's got Bilstein suspension with Sport boring springs, ceramic brake pads, cross-drilled slotted rotors. Basically, I did a lot of stuff in the car that was pretty much maxing out bolt-ons, and then the next step was turbo, of course.
So I'll put a link to Pawinn's channel right here. He does a lot of DIYs on this car. So if you're curious about how to build something like this yourself, maybe you're not looking at like a big money car to go throw crazy stuff at, but you're really good at tinkering and you have a love for maybe your first car, which is I think what a lot of people do when they've got these E36 builds, because you end up either inheriting them or buying them super cheap when you're young and realizing this block is bulletproof.
I mean, yeah, I totally agree, because essentially this car was what I had at the time. I mean, the car, when I got it, originally my dad bought it, but the condition I got it in, it wasn't worth anything. It wasn't running. The brakes needed a complete overhaul. Suspension, complete overhaul. So I started out just doing a crap ton of maintenance on the car. And then as I made more money, and then as I just started really getting into mechanics, I was just like, you know what? Might as well start a turbo build before I can't. You know, you can only do it when you're young, when you have more time. So, YOLO.
Definitely spools above 4,000. Nowhere lower than that.
Oh, yeah.
If ever there was a confused old lady looking at a boy wearing a hat with a camera on it, that was it.
So do you notice a significant difference before and after?
It's been a while, so I've actually driven this car before on my channel, so I'll put a link up here as well to the original review that I did. The car feels tighter off the bat, but then again, I was also driving it on the old wheels with a much bigger sidewall, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, these wheels, everything, the car feels heavier to drive. Especially with the wider wheels, everything like that, everything just feels like a little bit more solid to me.
Yeah.
Driving wise.
The alignment's great right now, although on camera you'll notice the wheel's a little off. That's temporary.
I tried to fix, so it was really crooked the other way, so I tried to just guesstimate the other way, and I just overcompensated.
Once we get out, yeah. Once we get out to a little more open roadway, we'll shut up and let you listen to this thing. When you dynoed it, what was it making for power and torque?
So on the Mustang dyno, it made 341 wheel horsepower. But of course, a lot of people say that number is low. So I don't know how much more it should be making, but my dyno tells me at least 350 wheel.
I honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, on Bren's dyno, my M3 made 357.
Yeah.
And this is not slow.
That's good to know.
Not the most accessible power.
Oh yeah, of course. My very first build, I mean, it's a lot of fun for what it's worth, but it's not track ready or it's not like race ready, you know? But it's good enough to be an aggressive street car that turns heads and surprises a lot of people.
Yeah, the turbo is big, so when it spools up, you get a load of torque, but when you go for that upshift, unless you were really pushing it, I feel like you're always going to fall out of boost.
Oh yeah, that's the issue. Again, you got a 170,000-mile transmission. Banging it through gears, this isn't essentially the best thing.
No.
I would love to. You can do it. I've done it before, just fine. It's just like there's only. I feel like I'm counting my blessings. You're welcome to. But it's just like, oh my goodness.
So what does this end up boosting to? What do you have it set to?
So it should be around 13, 14 pounds. I don't know how accurate the mechanical gauge is, but what it was reading on the dyno was 14 pounds.
All right, so we're gonna get on the highway. So before we do that, for your benefit, we're gonna put the windows up. But putting the windows up in this car is no small feat. So I'm gonna show you how you put the windows up on such a vehicle. Show us how you put these windows up, Pawinn.
All right, so E36's big problem with these cars is the windows break a lot. I'm too lazy to fix it because I've tried 3 times. But this also works just as well.
Gotta say, I'm about this life. Love it. Is that what we would call Pawinning?
Oh yes. I wanted it to perform mechanically before it looks good.
Mission accomplished. Oh yeah, that throw bearing. Sounds like a race car. It's like
Right?
straight cut gears.
Right? Yeah, Eli was saying it sounded like a dog box transmission.
Seriously. Yeah, it feels like I'm just pulling out of the paddocks, getting ready to go on the track. Oh man. Good thing we're not in Dr. M3's Aventador right now.
Narrow streets. If I could do another mod, I'd want to do big brakes.
I could use it. The car's fast enough to need it.
Yes. Yeah, there you go.
Oh my god. Glorious.
You can knock it out, but like that's how you lose fingers.
Okay, I'd lose a finger. Has two-step. Oh, she move. Good turn-in.
So yeah.
You got to put a lot of input into this, but it responds. There's plenty of rubber up front. Sounds so fast and furious. It just makes all those.
Yep.
I wish I could do those sounds. I can't do those sounds.
It's got anti-surge on the turbo too, so like whatever, what's it called, blowback when goes go to the turbo, just goes straight through the front. But the wall valve is working properly. Sometimes you just get that slight flutter.
Listen, it's so easy to rev match too. Like the fact that it's got this big turbo in it did not eliminate its ability to rev. Always respect the cyclists.
And I'm glad I didn't go in coilovers the first time. I was tempted to get coilovers, but I've driven an E36 with coilovers and it's like really rocky. This I feel like it's still comfortable to drive and it's not like damaging my speed, you know?
Powinn's just informed me that this car has two-step, which means it essentially has launch control. So, I'm at a dead stop, I'm gonna throw it in first, clutch in, wide open.
Nice. I could do it a little higher maybe. Like just caught traction.
Yeah, it could probably do 4,000.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching this very interesting episode of Winding Road Magazine. Thank you, Pawinn of the Pawinning YouTube channel, for his generous offering of his wild turbo E36 build.
Thank you for having me.
I genuinely like driving this car. It's a weird car. It's my favorite weird car. I hope more people build these cars.
Thank you. I mean, I always try my best to answer messages on Instagram, like comments on YouTube, because I do want to help people build stuff like this. Because I built this on jack stands. It's possible. Like you can see that it's possible, and I encourage other people to do it. So
So go check out Pawinn if you got questions about what the heck this thing really is, and if you actually watch this whole thing the whole way through, I guarantee that means you're interested in E36s. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and of course, subscribe.